Hola niños and niñas. Hi, I'm Emily. Nice to meet you. So today we're going to be talking about why a pandemic is sexy. Why living in a pandemic is sexy. You may be thinking, Emily, you're a psychopath. Of course, living in a pandemic is sexy to you. Everything's sexy to you, and that's true. That's very true. Because I think sexy, we don't use that word enough. I think that we can really just use it to describe anything with a little flavor. Oh my gosh, it's so bright. I keep having to readjust. Okay, so number one, you're walking down the street, you see someone mildly attractive to you, but they're wearing a mask. The only thing that you can see are their eyes. And so you get like this really intense eye contact. Like it feels very like it's just very intense. If you do get the eye contact, it's kind of sexy. It's kind of sexy. All of a sudden, the big face reveal is like such a thing. Like you have this actual moment. Let's say that you're going for a socially distanced coffee date. So like you meet up with them and you're both wearing the masks and you've only seen photos of each other. Then you finally like take off your mask to take a sip of your coffee and you see their full face. It's like a moment. It's like a real thing. It's a real moment. I don't just mean like romantically. I just mean anyone who you don't know what their face looks like. If you're seeing someone in line at the grocery store and then you see them walk outside and they take off their mask, you feel like you've like seen something. It kind of made me realize for the first time how much you can read on a person's face. I don't know, I thought a lot about those cultures where they wear the face mask. I think it's called the niqab, or I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's like the one where it only shows the eyes. And it just made me realize, like I always used to think, oh, like how do you know what someone is like if you can only see their eyes? Like imagine you're marrying someone and you only see their eyes. But I just kind of realized like seeing someone's full face really is it is intimate. It is kind of a privilege. If you were the only one to ever see their face, your family and then this person that you love, that's kind of cool. I don't know, not gonna lie, that's kind of cool.
Girl, we're going to Islam.
Another thing is just like this social distance thing. It's like you're always kind of 6 feet apart from people. So like if they're not in your bubble, when someone actually does touch you, like if they touch your hand, if they touch your face, if they touch like your knee, it's very intentional because they know that they're kind of inside your bubble. So like if you do cross that line, it's more of a big deal because you're not just gonna let anyone do that. At one point where I live, you were allowed to have 6 people in your bubble. And then right now it's switched to only your household, or if you live alone, you're allowed to have up to 2 people. So if you lived alone and you already had one friend that you saw in the pandemic, then this other person that you're seeing is like your only person you're allowed to see or touch. You can't have like multiple people on the go. I mean, I guess you could, but like you're technically not supposed to. So something kind of sexy, I don't know, something kind of interesting about knowing that they've made like a conscious decision to cross into your bubble. Okay, another thing that's kind of interesting / sexy, if you, for example, like show some ankle, because your face isn't attracting as much attention, you know, people are gonna pay more attention to your outfit or like your shoes, or I feel like those little details that sometimes get cast aside because you get distracted by the face. I just think it's kind of funny. It's like, oh, show some ankle, show some ankle. Like someone's gonna notice because they're not looking at my face, they're gonna notice the ankle. Ankles are sexy again. So if you're wearing like a little skirt, if you're wearing something, it's just like all the attention goes to your body and not to your face. Okay, another thing is if you get to know someone, let's say it's like a first date, you're this little imaginary socially distanced coffee date that you're on. So normally on a first date, there's like things you don't really talk about, but I feel like everyone is so, like everyone's just really craving intimacy right now because we just obviously lack it. So if you get along with that person, I feel like you can ask them anything. I just feel like you could ask the other person like whatever you want. So if you made a new friend, like you could be kind of weird or out there or just really be yourself, because I think people are just kind of tired of having walls up around them all the time. So if you even have the chance to be like emotionally close to someone, you're gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you can just be a little weirder and you can kind of be yourself and you can just kind of ask what you want. Just my theory. I feel like it's like we're really craving emotional intimacy, even more than physical. Okay, so those are my thoughts on why the pandemic is low-key sexy. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week.